Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, we are about 2 minutes out from going live on TV. See everybody jumping on already, so we appreciate it so very much. Here at PepperTree Steaks and Wine in Auburn. Always glad to be here, no doubt. Always glad to be here, for sure. Got a really special guest with us coming up here in the next segment after the first segment, so looking forward to that. We won't tell you who it is yet. You have to wait and see. So we get out to PepperTree Steaks and Wine. We'll be having the Outlive Burger here shortly. That was just created by Coach Pearl and his wife, and looking forward to sampling that thing for sure. So
20% of the cost goes to Outlive
Right.
and the foundation, so that's also a great reason to come and get the burger itself.
Absolutely. So we got about 1 minute, and we'll be live for TV. We got a lot to talk about here, as always. Continuing down the path of the coaching search for the football program, and then, of course, starting quarterback situation. I was at practice yesterday. I'll kind of talk some more about that. I talked about it on the podcast this morning, so a little bit more insight on that. And, of course, there's a basketball game tonight, and at 8 o'clock. Who scheduled that, by the way? Can we get it a little bit earlier than 8?
No.
Good Lord. So Jackson State, they are 0-3. They are predicted to finish second in their conference behind Bethune-Cookman, who took Auburn to overtime. So they feel like they're the best team in their conference. So we'll see. All right.
Oh, I forgot it's Wednesday.
Yes, I love the siren.
The tornado.
Yep.
Wednesday at noon every time.
Yeah, they're in the test
Every
on it.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Every Wednesday afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
That's really just notifying everybody we're about to go live. That's
I
what it
live
is.
right here. Right on the street. I've never.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz live on location. We are at PepperTree Steaks and Wine in Auburn. We're glad to be here at the test siren going off here in Auburn, but got to make sure everybody is safe.
No
So,
tornado.
yeah, I think we're
today,
fine.
so
I think we're fine. About like being in Oklahoma
I was thinking the
when it
same
was clear
thing.
sky. That was a different tornado siren out there. They don't play out there for sure. This thing sounds like a little bitty toot horn compared to that thing we heard. So, but anyway, we're glad to be here live on location. Our program brought to you by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job too big or too small, residential or commercial. Make sure you call on them for your next project. And
Sensagreen, for air that's cool and clean, call on Sensagreen. They have their $1 day deals up until Thanksgiving, so make sure you call on Sensagreen so that you can go ahead and save lots of money on all of your new installs or repairs.
Absolutely. Definitely want to get a new efficient unit that's going to save you money every month on your power bill. So check out Sensagreen there. I know they'll appreciate it. We will too. But we're going to sample the Outlive Burger here in just a little bit. It's part of the reason we're here today. Of course, there is a basketball game tonight, so we'll talk more about that. Got a really special guest going to be on with us here in the next segment. We won't tell you who that is yet because we want you to kind of sit on the edge of your seat. But we're excited about having that guest. And then, of course, football on Saturday against Mercer, against a team that's 9-1. I know they're D2, but it doesn't matter. They've had a great season. They continue to have a strong program over there, and they've come into Auburn before and scared Auburn. Let's just be honest about it. Several years ago, they came in, and I think we turned the ball over 5 times and almost literally turned the ball game over to them and had to win at the very end. So going to be a different look at quarterback because Ashton Daniels won't be in there. Feel like Deuce Knight's going to get the start. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But you're going to see Jackson Arnold as well. You're going to see both those guys in the game Saturday, and it'll be up to Derek Nix and DJ Durkin how they want to handle that, going into Saturday.
Yeah, definitely a good time to have a, your bye week for last week, and then now this week with all the changes of the interim coach and DJ Durkin and the way that, he was thrown into it with just a couple of days up right before Nashville, going to Vanderbilt, and had a really, really great, performance there and showcasing the talent that's already on the team that hasn't been used. And then, you've got this week to prepare and another extra week to prepare whoever you're going to have in at quarterback because you want to preserve Ashton Daniels and his redshirt year. So, it couldn't line up better for Auburn. But again, you can't overlook this Mercer team, like you said. The way Auburn played, if they play like they did against Vanderbilt, it'll be a good game for Auburn back at home right before the Iron Bowl. But definitely a different team that we've seen from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, a new energy. We'll talk, obviously, a lot more about the Iron Bowl as that approaches, but a lot of the things going into preparation this week, getting ready, I think it's maybe, not that you're trying to out-strategize Mercer or whatever, but you're not naming a quarterback for a reason because you want them to have to – and there's not a lot of film on Deuce Knight. It's not like you got a lot to look at, but you want to make them have to prepare for two different styles of quarterback. And I know that both run. Jackson Arnold's a dual-threat quarterback. Got a lot of film on him, but Deuce Knight, definitely is a dual-threat quarterback as well, and but a little bit different style. I do feel like it'll be Deuce getting the start yesterday in the Tiger Ball part of practice. He went with the ones, and every time we've seen a guy go out in that period during the season, whoever gets the start on Saturday. That's been the theme. So
what did you see from Deuce? Did you see him being calm, or did you see –
It's a different guy.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, you approach things differently when and again, it's not that you don't go out as a competitor and prepare every day, but let's be honest, Deuce Knight, while Hugh Freeze was here, wasn't being uttered in the sentence of getting a start or even getting any playing time. It was either Jackson or Ashton Daniels, and then he even got to the point where Deuce had even asked to go to the scout team just to get reps with his arm. Of course, you didn't want him to do that. So, again, as a competitor, you want to compete. You want to feel like you're the guy that can step in and be the guy. And it kind of takes a little bit of the mojo away from you when you know that there's really not a chance for you to do that. He had a little bit different look to him yesterday. I'll just be honest about it. And, when the responsibility's on his back and you kind of get handed that task, you approach it a little bit different. So I thought his throws were very sharp. We're limited in what we can see, but in the team drill stuff, I thought his intermediate passing and his deep ball, which I thought leading up to yesterday, what I had seen, had struggled a little bit with the ball coming out of his hand. It didn't happen yesterday. I thought things were really, really the timing was good for him yesterday as opposed to Jackson. I thought Jackson still struggled a little bit with some things. So, again, you're going to see both of them. But I think this is – and I'm not DJ Durkin, obviously, but I think you approach this as, hey, Deuce, this is your game. You go out and you run the offense. Don't worry about looking over your shoulder. I don't know what their strategy is. It could be, hey, you're going to get the first three possessions and then Jackson gets the first. I hope it's not that way. I hope it's, hey, Deuce, go be the quarterback, maybe get through the third quarter and Auburn's up big and he's had some really good numbers. And then if you want to sit him and put Jackson in to finish, that's fine. That's just my personal opinion. But I think you really need to give him a legit shot to be the guy.
The last time you really saw Deuce play was the A-Day game. And from A-Day to Tuesday at practice, what did you see either growth-wise or did you see kind of just a linear in his talent? What did you see?
Well, again, we don't get to see live action but one period. In that live action, the first throw, he was a little bit late, kind of threw it behind the receiver, almost got intercepted, but then settled down the rest of the period and obviously kind of fell into his own, knew what his strengths are. If the play wasn't there, he watched his progressions. He's got the opportunity to scramble and get outside the pocket and make some plays. So I think that's probably the biggest thing for him on Saturday is let the game come to him. Don't press. Yeah. You're a good enough athlete. You got great pieces around you. You don't feel like you need to make every single play yourself. Let your guys help you a little bit. Right. We saw that at Vanderbilt with Ashton Daniels. It was a completely different quarterback from Kentucky to Vanderbilt. And the confidence he had in Cam Coleman and Malcolm Simmons early, getting that pass to him,
Yeah.
getting him in good field position, then hitting Eric Singleton in the end zone, kind of loosened him up and allowed him to play a little bit more freely. So I think Deuce needs to have that happen on Saturday. He needs to make a couple of plays, maybe have some things designed easy for him early, and then let him take some shots downfield because there's going to be some mismatches, and I think we're going to be able to take advantage of some things in their secondary, just looking at them on film and knowing what we have in our wide receiver core. So I think it's a great opportunity for him. I really do.
It's lined up really well. I mean, still, I think everybody wants to see how the offensive line is and the way that, some of these penalties and getting set behind the chains early on these first downs and stuff. I mean, this is going to be a game that there should be no penalties you shouldn't be behind the chains at any point. So I think the offensive line too is also where you hope to see growth, and you hope to see that, they've made some changes and are connecting again, because that is where a lot of these either erratic throws or things happen where the quarterback doesn't feel safe and they don't think that they're protected. And, Deuce being a young guy, if he doesn't feel protected, that's where you make careless mistakes.
Well, you lean on your running back in Jeremiah Kyle too. Third leading running back in the league. I think it's a travesty he didn't get more carries earlier in the year. He could probably be the best running back in the league right now, stat-wise. But he's kind of persevered, and they've leaned on him a lot more. Now, he's not a 25 to 30 carry a game back. He's a back that really give him 20 to 22, 23 carries, and then you mix in Omar Mapson and, whatever else, Darrell Rotten. We haven't seen Darrell since he's been back from the injury, so do we see him a little bit in that? But lean on your running game, establish that, maybe make Mercer come up a little bit and respect the run a little bit more, and it opens up some opportunities down the field for some easier throws. Just don't do anything early to make a mistake, and that gets you thinking too much. A lot of times, and I talked to numerous players over the years, especially guys in the quarterback position and the middle linebacker position. If you're thinking too much, you're a step and a half behind. If you're thinking too much at a quarterback position about where you're going to throw the ball, it's too late. The window's closed. At middle linebacker, if you're thinking too much and not reacting, you're already beat. So give him an opportunity to just let his natural instincts take over. And I think Derek Nix will do that. I think Derek Nix understands, and they'll put Deuce Knight in a really good position to be successful on Saturday. So, all right, we are just getting started here at PepperTree Steaks and Wine. The food smells great. The Outlive Burger, we're about to sample that here in just a minute. And 20% of the proceeds of that go to the Outlive Foundation. That goes to help families. That doesn't go to cancer research. It goes to help for expenses like hotel rooms, groceries, things like that these families, if you've ever had a family member or anybody in your family go through this, you understand that there's a lot of things that build up, and those extra funds can go a long way, especially nowadays. So that's where that money goes. It's such a great opportunity. But we're going to go ahead and take our first break here for TV. When we come back, got a great guest coming up right here on the Auburn Blitz. All right.
Oh my goodness, that looks crazy. Wow.
Oh, it's tough. Pretty good. That's pretty dang good.
So the tiger sauce is in the. So you put as much or
That's it right there in the
that's
top.
the secret sauce.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Wow.
Delicious.
Extra tiger sauce. That's the key.
That's how it is right there.
Unbelievable.
I haven't had it yet.
It's delicious.
I'm telling you.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank
You
you.
interviewing coach?
Yeah. You can if you want
come on.
to.
Come on, jump in. Yeah, you can sit right there.
How do they hear you and block out the outside noise?
Just
that
the way that
curiosity?
I don't even know, like the way that the mic, I guess, is on here. I don't
Okay.
know. But when I'll get a text and it'll be our guy back at the station will say that we're headed back to TV, but we're up on all the other platforms that we have. So I guess we can talk about the upcoming season. Because y'all, what'd you say you guys play how many times this
10,
fall?
4 times this fall.
4 times
We
in
played
the
4
fall.
times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 10 in the spring.
10 in the spring. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So it goes
a
by.
lot.
Yeah, spring's a long semester. We go January to end of May, all the way to June 1st or 2nd, something like that.
That's crazy. That's a long time. And that's a lot of days that they're missing school.
A lot of class missed.
All my classes were all in person and mandatory attendance, and like
That's the problem.
that sounds like a
When
nightmare.
you're gone 5
Mhm.
weeks. Imagine missing 5 weeks of class.
I get so behind.
Now, the good news now is they can take a lot of stuff online.
Yeah,
But the business department doesn't have a lot of.
really?
Not when you get 10,000, 4,000 little classes.
Oh gosh.
Once you
Not if you're in finance or marketing or business admin or whatever you do.
Oh my gosh. That's
Some majors have more
terrifying.
online than others.
wow. Yeah, we get a good closer to that, baby.
Presentation's pretty good too.
It is.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever.
Okay. I saw that y'all have been going
We
to the
talk
games.
football if you want.
I was gonna say y'all have been going to the games, haven't
Oh
you?
yeah, I'm a big football.
Yeah.
My brother played college football, so
Okay.
I'm pretty familiar. with the
Yeah.
sport.
We can talk about
I'll be at the
that.
basketball game tonight.
You will?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. We'll be there. We'll be covering it.
I'm gonna sit up
Over there. Sit on the chair to the right so you won't be on the camera.
We gotta get you.
I'm sitting on
I'm sure it's pretty good.
It's good.
Doesn't suck.
I
does
can't
it?
imagine it's bad. That's hysterical. Okay, yeah, so we can talk about
Talk about
all the things,
Yeah.
all the goods. And I'll get a score prediction for you for the Mercer game.
Iron Bowl.
And I'll take your Iron Bowl one too. Golly.
Night game.
I know. It's what, the first one
Shot.
since 2007, right?
2014 was at Tuscaloosa. Was a night game.
But in Jordan
14,
Hare,
maybe 07 maybe. Is that right? It's been 18 years.
long time.
I was shocked when they came out like that.
You too.
Oh,
And
it's-
it's going to feel like it's actually 12 o'clock at night because of
I wish it was 2:30
me too.
because it's over.
Uh-huh.
And it's still a night game at 2:30 because it's dark in the
It's
second
dark
half.
at 4 o'clock.
It is.
No, but I was telling Brett, I was like, it's going to feel like it is midnight.
It's gonna be midnight by the time you get out of there.
It literally will be, but it's so dark. I hate how dark it gets.
It starts so early this time of year.
Oh, it's awful.
So
I'm like, I can't do anything without.
7 o'clock at night. I'm like, it's time to go to bed.
I'm sure with y'all, you guys like actually can't play golf late into
No,
the evening.
well, it's actually it's the only time we get a time off this time of year.
Oh,
Once December
because of
hits, we
it.
have a dead period in December, so we can't go recruiting or anything. It's the best. It's the only month we have really.
That's nice.
So getting dark early is not a bad thing. for
Okay,
this time of
that's
year.
nice.
Gives us the break.
That's nice.
The guys aren't out there till 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and then waking up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, back in the gym. They're in the gym at 6 a.m. So.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got 5 seconds, and then we'll
Yep.
be back on for TV. All right. All right, y'all, welcome back. I'm here with our special guest, Coach Kleiner. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, War Eagle.
War Eagle. Okay, so let's talk a few things with golf first to start with, obviously. You were talking to me about how this fall you guys have 4 tournaments that you guys had.
We played 4 tournaments this fall, correct.
How did that go?
We played pretty well overall. We had a few hiccups in the middle right there. We started out the first term of the year at the honors course in Ottawa, Tennessee, and finished second. And we played at the Hogan in Dallas. We played Eagle Point in North Carolina, and then we ended up at Southern Hills in Tulsa. And we won that tournament. So
That's awesome.
we had Josiah Gilbert won twice this fall. We finished the season ranked 4th in the country. We were
Wow.
number 1 in the country for about the first 6 weeks, and
Wow.
we kind of dropped a little bit, and we ended up 4th in the country. So we're in a good spot headed to spring.
Now you've got this season upcoming that you guys are playing 10 times, right? And these boys are going to be missing a lot of school, but going and traveling to a lot of really great places.
Yeah, they're pretty lucky. They're pretty blessed. So are we as coaches. We get to go to Hawaii, go to Big Island for a week. We're in Las Vegas. We're in Jacksonville. We're down in South Florida. So we're kind of all over the country, and
Yeah.
getting ready for the national championship at the end of May.
Okay, so you guys have been coming to a lot of these football games. Why don't we just go ahead and start talking some football? This season has been a long one for Auburn so far.
Yeah, they've
What-
been close.
Yeah, everyone loves to hear that.
Competitive, right?
But Now with this switch that you have with DJ Durkin
Yeah.
as the interim head coach,
Yep.
you've seen a totally different football team.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody that, you're in sports and everything,
Mhm.
how difficult is it as a coach to inherit, obviously such a good team, but a losing program, but you've got all the talent.
Yeah, they do have a great roster right now. Coach Durkin's great. Coach Nix, I thought Coach Nix called a great game last week up in Nashville, and the week before it's on a bye week. But just the culture, right? It's the culture of that locker room, making sure all the players are bought in, making sure they're together as one.
Right.
I think Coach Durkin and Coach Nix and their whole staff has done a great job with that. They went out and they played hard up in Nashville, and they're going to play hard this coming weekend against Mercer and get ready for the Iron Bowl.
Are you guys going to be, you or any of the golf guys, going to be going to these games at
Oh
home?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll definitely all be back to the Iron Bowl over Thanksgiving. But no, I'll be back. I'll be at the Mercer game, and I'm a huge fan, so I'll be screaming at the coaches
And the officials
and the
too?
officials too. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
I mean, you've got golf that you are your official, right?
That's correct. Yeah, you call your own mistakes. It's one of the only sports, really.
Right.
Maybe college tennis, I guess, calls their own.
Yeah.
But professional tennis does not.
Right.
Of course, basketball, football say, well, I didn't do that, right?
Right.
But
Right.
golf's one of the few sports that do that.
So you've got obviously your headspace of being able to call things on your own and your own kind of sense of self, but then you've got other people calling for these other sports, and you go, and obviously you can't blame the refs for a lot of things, but you have had the SEC come out with apologies and suspensions for certain officials. How is that to see? Just watching it, being like, oh my gosh, this is not right.
I mean, from a fan perspective, it's they slow it down to the ultra millimeter of a second. It's pretty easy to see in football that it was the wrong call.
Right.
But when it's bang bang in fast paced motion, that's a tough job that those guys have.
Yeah.
To call a game, but we just need some good breaks to go our way, and hopefully we'll have those over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to the basketball game tonight.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
A fun late game tonight.
They're all late. I looked at the
Oh,
schedule, and
my
they're like
gosh.
8:00, 8:15. So I got to get used to staying up a little later at night.
Right. So when you're going to these games, this is Stephen Pearl's, first season as the head coach. Again, another team that you're inheriting that is got one returning player who
They got 10 new guys or whatever it is. Yeah.
a crazy way that this athletics life is with transfer portal, NIL, and all that stuff. Again, for him, how do you see him fitting into the culture in the locker room, but also just you've got the same staff, so you kind of have some of the same things, but
Correct.
different group of guys.
Yeah, I think Coach Burrow's done a great job. Just you got to win the locker room first. I mean, it's so important. Even our sport, whether it be football, basketball, golf, tennis, it doesn't matter. Right? You have to have a great culture. You got to have these guys bought in. You got to have them together as one. And I think all those guys, they want to play for him.
Right.
And it shows. I mean, look at the effort. I thought the effort and the grit and the heart that they had against Houston. I mean, arguably should have won that game at the end.
Right.
And Houston's got some grown men out there, and
Right.
they're the best team in the country. But I think Coach Burrow's done a great job, and I'm really excited about the rest of this year. I think we got a couple NBA prospects on the team with Freeman and Pettiford and some other guys, and it's gonna be interesting to see them grow and develop. And the more they play together,
Right.
and get used to kind of what their tendencies are and kind of the chemistry, I think they're gonna have a great year.
Right. The cohesiveness and the
Correct,
way
yeah.
that they are just from week to week, game to game, you see each guy getting to know his teammate better and how they play. And, again, a very different thing from an individual sport
It is.
side and
Yeah.
a team sport.
Yeah, and our sport's so individual, right? It's an individual
Right.
sport and a team concept, and you don't have to have somebody to practice with. Of course, basketball is a little bit that way when you're working on your technique or shooting or whatever, but to be able to be cohesive and know where guys are going to cut and whether they like to jump back or whatever, and
Right.
how they like to play is important.
So, all right, last thing about Jackson. I know that everybody has been talking about him and his success that he's been having, but as a coach that you've got to actually watch him grow and get better, what do you see in him?
Well, I mean, one, he's number one amateur in the world, right? Jackson Coyven, and he's just a special young man. He just got high character. He's an elite competitor. He loves Auburn. He cares about Auburn. He cares about his teammates. He's a great student in the classroom too, and he's just kind of he's the kind of kid you want your daughter to marry.
Mhm.
You know, that's the kind of kid he is, and he's just a great ambassador for this university, and will be for a long time.
So the success that he's been having, I know that, obviously with Auburn, he's busy. We
He's
just
busy.
talked about
Yeah.
the schedule that y'all had and then the upcoming schedule, but he's going out and doing a bunch of other tours for
He is
himself.
Yeah.
How is he able to, have that maintaining Auburn, this life, and being a student?
Yeah, I think that's been a challenge for him, right? He turned 20 in May, so he wants to be a 20-year-old kid.
So young.
But he's played in PGA Tour events. He played in 6 this year, and he finished 4 of them. He finished, 6th, 5th, 4th, and 11th. But he has his PGA Tour status. He has his PGA Tour card, and chose to come back to Auburn. Left over $1 million in prize money on the table, and I think it shows his commitment to Auburn. It shows his commitment to the amateur game, to his teammates, and to him, money's not everything.
Right.
Money's nice,
Right.
for all of us, but it's not everything for him, and he wants to be a kid. And
Really
he
not
knows he
something
can't
you
get
see.
these college years back.
Right.
So once you're a pro, he can be a pro for the next 30-plus years.
Right.
But it's not something you see very often.
Right.
I got a lot of respect for him and respect for his family, and to come back and to this great institution and compete, and he'll have plenty of opportunities down the road. And I think that's where NIL's changed too, right? So in the
Right.
past, a kid like that is definitely turning pro.
Oh yeah.
But now with all his corporate deals and Auburn's help, he's able to do certain things and stay in school.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see people, number one, coming back for a second year very often, but then when you
Correct.
have, he's going out and amateur, could go and do pro, and he decides to come back and stay in school, study, and like you said, NIL can be a good thing.
It's a really good thing for kids like that. And I think the challenge for him is just, as you mentioned, is navigating all that, navigating his social life to his academics, to his golf, playing for Auburn, and then playing the PGA Tour events. Like, he missed our first tournament of the fall
Right.
because he was playing in the PGA Tour event, and he was in the last pairing on Sunday. So he's obviously well proven, but he loves the team aspect, and hopefully we'll stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get him back for his senior year.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So.
He hadn't made a decision yet, so we'll, it's whatever's best for him and his family.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I mean, we love having you here on the
Thank
show, and also at PepperTree Steaks and Wine. One of the best places to be, if you're in Auburn or in Montgomery. So make sure you guys check it out. And I mean, maybe we'll just follow y'all to Hawaii to go to that tournament for 8
Love
days.
it. Hawaii, Las Vegas, be some
couldn't
good
be
spots
bad.
coming up for sure.
We'll be back after this break. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming
Absolutely.
and
Happy to do it. Oh, is it delayed?
that's so funny. I love it.
Thank you guys. How was it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys. The pictures.
You're gonna want yours to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna give yours to go.
That's the stuff, huh?
That stuff's so good.
So don't worry, you got an extra little thing in there.
Oh, you put one in there? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So I'll get these back to you.
Thanks for the hat.
Oh, you will?
Can't lose this.
Don't lose.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, where?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, too,
We'll see you maybe tonight. If
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we'll be on the
You come to the game.
board. So,
I go to every game I'm in town for.
well, perfect. We'll
Why
be.
not? Why not? Every day, I saw one of them. NC State will be 8:15. Can't miss that one. But one of them's 9 o'clock in the tip. It's over December. I think it's one of the.
Oh, that was 6. Wake up later. That's it. Take a nap. There's no doubt.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You keep everything.
Here's a knife to cut it. What are you talking about? Yeah, you have a great time. And I meant what I said.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, yeah.
I meant what I said this morning, what you said at the end.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, man. That's the way I look at things, man. I try to be a bright spot instead of a negative.
And here's something you take with you. Remember this phrase. I'm lucky, not sorry.
That's true. I hear that a bunch. All right, we'll be back here in just a little bit, everybody. So go ahead and get your predictions in. Mike's already jumped on that. I don't only have a tiebreaker yet on this. I pretty no-brainer. Deuce Knight passing yards. How about that? So we'll throw that at you. Deuce Knight passing yards. It's hard to believe it's almost Thanksgiving, everybody. It's crazy. What is both of your thoughts on Pettiford's performance this year? Also seems team's free throw shooting. 250 yards, Mike. Got you. Yeah, they're just struggling from the field for sure. And we got to get better at the free throw line. There's no question about it.
How are you? Good to see you.
30 seconds.
So I didn't want to
First.
promote your burger. You wanted to show, like the camera, but
Oh.
sugar and your milk.
Thank you.
Tiebreakers, Deuce Knight passing yards.
My fake tan makes it look like you have a mustache. Does it?
I can't tell. Not really. Can't really tell. You can't see it on the screen.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Halfway through our program, it's easy to do the promotion here because we're here today. It's always PepperTree Steaks and Wine halfway through the show, and while you and Coach Kleiner were interviewing, I was enjoying the Outlet Burger, and it was phenomenal. I mean,
Tell me what you enjoyed about the Outlet Burger.
all of it.
All of it.
Yeah, everything.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing left to
There's
show for it.
nothing
so
left to show.
obviously.
Yep. Me and Barry devoured it. So you can come get an Outlet Burger too here at PepperTree Steaks and Wine. The tiger sauce, it's phenomenal. And they had caramelized onions on there and the lettuce. Perfect. I mean,
Can't get much better than that, can you?
cannot get much better. So come check out PepperTree Steaks and Wine. So much more, though. The steaks, the ribs, the chicken, the tuna fillets over there. I mean, I go offshore fishing every year, catch yellowfin tuna, and those are as pretty yellowfin tuna steaks as you will find anywhere, I can tell you. So come to PepperTree Steaks and Wine. You got two options, one in Montgomery, one in Auburn right here. That's the one we are at. And then you can see all the wine behind us and all the different stuff. I've got all the Christmas decorations out and Christmas stuff to purchase.
Yeah,
It's time. It's time.
Paul and I were just going up and down the aisles like, ooh, which
I'm
candle
sure
are we
you
going
were.
to get? Which mug? Which glass? A bunch of different things.
All of them.
Trust me, I want every single one.
I
of
know
them.
you do.
I
I
could
know
go
you do.
broke in here quick.
Justin said 38-10 with Deuce 190 passing yards. James said 34-9, 210 for Deuce there on passing. So look, I like it, Mike, with 250 passing. Get those predictions in. Again, we'll continue to give away PepperTree Steaks and Wine gift certificates for all this great food and wine and
Absolutely.
everything else that they have in here that you can choose from. So make sure you get your predictions in. All right,
Typing them in now.
just kind of looking through. I know it's a Wednesday, so kind of go around the conference and look. When you look at the games on tap, there's not a lot of standout games. Obviously, Missouri at Oklahoma is definitely intriguing. That's a 7-3 versus an 8-2, and Oklahoma has made their way into the top 10 at number 8 now after the win over Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So they've really positioned themselves to finish the season out and be a playoff team. And, you know, I'll say this. There were a lot of coaches on the hot seat going in to the season, and two guys that were neck and neck were Brent Venables and Heath Reeves. One's gone. The other has survived and made their way to a position where they can be a playoff team. And look, they went out. he got John Mateer. I told everybody before the season, and it's not like I was the only one, but John Mateer obviously was the number one quarterback in the portal coming over from Washington State. And then he's done what he needed to do. It hasn't been to the level I think a lot of people thought it was going to be, but it's been good enough. He's battled some injuries. They had the low spot against Texas, but, they've been able to battle through that and get better. And defensively, they caused people problems. And I thought going into Tuscaloosa and beating Alabama like that, it was a very, very good performance by Oklahoma. And now they set up and get a Missouri team that comes in at 7-3. And, Eli Drinkwitz is a guy that is on Auburn's radar. He's one of the top choices, it seems like. He just kind of addressed the media just a little bit ago about they're happy where they – I mean, it's the same stuff that you hear anytime a coach – but he has built a good product at Missouri. And, I said something on the podcast this morning. People taking shots at him, and he hasn't won the big game, and, he's 0-15 against ranked SEC opponents that, have a winning record. How about this? How about the last 4 years for Auburn? He ain't beaten anybody. So, don't point a finger at a guy that has been like the sixth winningest program or maybe even higher in the SEC the last 4 or 5 years. What he's done has been way better than anything that's been done down here. So, kind of put it in perspective. And you also got to look at it as the teams that he's losing to have a better roster and are ranked ahead of him. And so you look at Missouri as a whole, as a program, historically, if you look down the list and rank 1 to 16 at one of the hardest places you feel like to win in the SEC, they would be at the bottom.
Right.
Because of their location and because of, not being able to have the funds and the roster that a lot of these teams have to compete with. He is overachieved.
He has. Now, what kind of fit do you think he would be at Auburn?
Well, I don't want people to misconstrue that I'm sitting here giving a, something publicity for Eli Drinkwitz and trying to be his
spokesperson.
Yeah, his flag bearer. But all of these hires, all of these coaches, the John Summeralls, the Eli Drinkwitz, the Kenny Dillingham, all of those guys. I mean, we had somebody comment this morning that they felt like we're just destined for a mediocre hire. Well, what is a mediocre hire? I mean, you're not going to. There's not a surefire bet out there outside of Lane Kiffin, who has all the leverage right now at Ole Miss, and I'm not even sure if he leaves Ole Miss, he goes to another college. He may go to the pros.
I saw something. Let me just throw this out here, which might be totally wrong, but I just saw it, and I think that I want to get your opinion on it. I saw something that said if Lane Kiffin leaves and goes to Florida or something, or goes to LSU, John Summerall goes into Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Well,
and takes over that program.
He's a former Ole Miss assistant. And look, that was the theme of the podcast this morning. Timing, if that Ole Miss job opens up, if Ole Miss is talking to Lane Kiffin saying, hey, what is your plans? Are you leaving to go somewhere else? I don't care where it is you're going. Are you leaving here? And if he is forced to make that call and he says, yeah, probably going to leverage myself and see what's out there, then they're immediately going to target John Summerall if they haven't already. And so now it becomes a situation where do you want to have him locked down or do you want to get into a situation where you're having to battle Ole Miss now?
You have coaches that haven't even left that are still in their job finding replacements for them and finding who's going to take over. It's just unbelievable how quick everything is happening. And, you're right, the timing of the playoffs and the portal, but also how some of these teams have gone without head coaches. They've had the interim coaches for 4 weeks out of this whole season.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's going to get crazier because when somebody leaves, it opens up another position, and they got to fill that. Well, they had to go get somebody from somewhere, so that opens up another position. So it's almost a never-ending cycle, and so you got to really kind of do some self-reflection. Do you want to stay in house with DJ Durkin? Do you want to hire a guy, and do you want to put ultimatums on him to say, hey, we want to bring you in, but you got to keep DJ Durkin? I mean, a lot of these coaches want full autonomy. There's a lot of things to weigh here. So we'll continue to talk about that over the next few weeks. As you know, again, at the end of the Iron Bowl, John Cohen said he wants to get somebody named as quickly as possible. So we'll see kind of how that plays out with the timeline. All right, we're up against another break. We're live on location at PepperTree Steaks and Wine here in Auburn. Come take advantage of the great food, the great wine selection, all the other stuff they have in the store. Don't take our word for it. Come see it yourself. And then we'll be back for more here in just a minute on the Auburn Blitz.
Need to stand up.
Oh, that's
awesome.
long to get home and eat it.
I mean,
You must be important.
I am. I know. Once he said, "All right, you need another phone and another computer," I said, "Okay." I said, "Fine. You don't have to twist my arm."
To get everything worked out, you can call window.
Yes, and
Maybe she'll stay. What hotel are y'all at?
the IHG I had was to valet my car.
Yeah.
Can't even count how many coaches are put on a pedestal because of success in School X, Media Madness fuels.
I mean,
If you say anything negative about Lane Kiffin right now, people are, "Oh, you're just an idiot." And it's just he's a great coach. He's still got some things to prove himself, and he does make some bizarre decisions in games, and he's done that his whole career. I mean, he's not shy about going forward and going against the grain of what you should do in situations. Remember the Alabama game a few years ago where he went for it in his own territory early, and it was a bad decision, so it happens.
they were like, "Oh, there's nothing we can do about it." I was like, "You can make it happen." Right, he was saying.
It's a good question, John. I mean, he said,
I am too, and I'm glad I didn't do it at Toyota. That would cost like about $1,000. At the Toyota dealership. What?
7-6 at Tennessee, 28-15 at USC, 27-13 at Florida Atlantic. It's 54-19 at Ole Miss, and he was 5-15 with Oakland. So he was pretty successful at USC. In 28-15, not terrible. Definitely 27-13 at Florida Atlantic is pretty impressive.
Which there was because it kept slowly falling down. But this guy was able to get it all the way to the high works. I was so grateful that it was so cold. Like that's why I got sick was because we were driving in the snow. He put Reese, I'll show you a picture. A cardboard box. Like yes. It was terrifying. Like it was awful. They didn't even get in. They just broke it. There wouldn't have even been anything for them to find because I took everything out. Oh no.
Yeah, when he told us about it, we were like, what? This is years ago.
Classic. Classic. Okay. I put it on.
That's the one.
It is. PepperTree.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Couple segments left in the show here. We are on location at PepperTree Steaks and Wine in Auburn. Always love being here. Also, the official sponsor of our post-game show. On Saturdays after the football game, we'll be back with you on Saturday after the Mercer game. So looking forward to that. Again, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get the alert when we go live, anytime we go live, and you'll be able to it'll help you. You know, if you're like me and you got 8,000 things going on all the time, you need all the help you can get, I promise. So any little reminder that you can get from time to time helps. So if you like what we're doing, please go out and hit the subscribe button. A lot of you have done that, as we're now over 12,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. All right, some basketball talk. We'll not have Keyshawn Hall tonight. Keyshawn Hall with a lateral sprain of his ankle and foot. So, again, shouldn't have to worry about that against a Jackson State team that is 0-3. But here's the deal. This is the nucleus of your offense every single night. And so you're not going to have him to lean on. So who steps up? Are you going to see more of a two-guard offense with Caden Magwood and Tahad Pettiford? I just think, we had a question earlier about what we thought about Tahad's performance so far this year, and it's been subpar. I mean, there's no other way to spin it. I mean, he's struggled from the field, and free throws overall for the team haven't been strong. So there's definitely a lot of things that Auburn needs to work on and improve, but they've got to have Tahad Pettiford better from the offensive side of the basketball. I mean, there's no other way to spin it.
Yeah, there's no question about that, especially if you were at the NBA Combine and you were performing the way that you did there. Where did that go? It doesn't just disappear now, does it? No. I mean, I do think he's got a lot of talent, and I do think he can make some of those clutch shots, but he doesn't need to be the liability that he can be if you just pass him the ball and he thinks he can go and make a shot that, can win you the game or tie up the game in a clutch minute. Because when you see the 3 for 7 or
Well, it's been way worse than that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been like 4 of 13, 5 of 17 the other night. Here's the deal. I thought Auburn did really well without Keyshawn Hall. The last 4 minutes, I tweeted out, okay, Auburn's down 2 with 4 minutes. Keyshawn Hall's out of the game with this injury. Who's going to step up? Well, obviously the team stepped up, and Auburn had the basketball with a chance to win the game, and the play was drawn up perfectly. The play was designed for Tahad to get downhill, to draw contact, get the guy in the air, create space, make the shot. Didn't make the shot. Backside help came over, blocked the shot. Hey, Houston's a great basketball team. They were ranked number 1 for a reason. So they did the right things. They came in and did what they needed to do. So credit them for making the play at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But you make free throws in that game, you win the game.
Right. And the free throw, percentages for each person looks pretty good, but it is in the games where you can't go
Well, Sebastian, SWA was terrible coming down the stretch. I mean, I think he was 3 of 7 or something. Right now, Keyshawn Hall's the only one. He's shooting 92-something percent,
92%.
almost 93%. I mean, when you look at the free throw percent, they're not good up and down the line. I mean, 47, 68, 70, 33, 50. That's not going to cut it. I mean, the rest of the team's not shooting free throws very well at all. There's
Yeah.
one guy shooting free throws up to way above par. I mean, when you're in the 90s, that's automatic, and you feel like when Keyshawn Hall gets to the line, it is automatic.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna this is not a very, from a quality minute standpoint, very deep basketball team right now.
Right.
And there's some guys they're trying to work in. Jovic, I know Caden Magwood needs to get some more minutes. Abdul Bashir needs to work in some. He needs to get more than 2 minutes in a game. There's a lot of potential there, but obviously Stephen Pearl in a game like Houston was not confident enough to even put any of those guys in substantial minutes, and you didn't even see him echo pour him. He didn't feel like he was ready at all to be in a game like that. So you don't have Keyshawn Hall tonight. You're going to have to rely on more of those guys, and it should be a better opportunity for some of these guys against a team like Jackson State.
You've got Keyshawn Hall, who is rebounding, averaging 11 rebounds.
He's doing
per
everything.
game.
He's doing everything right now.
Right now, the next one up is Keyshawn Murphy, who he's at 6.5 averaging per game, but
He's been hurt.
other than that, Tahad at 2.5, Kevin Overton at 3.5. I mean, at least when Keyshawn Hall either is like taking a shot,
Right.
he's going after it, or if somebody else he's trying to go after it. I mean, you don't see Tahad go in there and follow his ball. And if you're shooting, 20 times a night and you're only making about 5 of those,
and he's been bad from behind the arc. Again, this was the tail end of last season for Tahad.
his 3-point percentage is at 22% right now.
I mean, it's not rocket science. He's the lone returning guy, and again, one of the best point guards in the country, and very glad that Tahad came back. But you see this happen a lot when a guy comes off. He was the guy coming off the bench last year. And the sixth man, to go from the sixth man to the one, is a lot different in how you handle the game and the responsibility you have on your back. And so I think he'll continue to shoot the ball, and he'll shoot his way out of it. But Auburn has to have him be successful. There is no other way to spin it. He's a guy that needs to get his point per game average up. He needs to get his field goal percentage up, and he's got to be able to get to the free throw line. That's what you got to have in a guy. And he's got to be able to distribute the basketball without turning it over. I mean, that's obviously what you are as a point guard. It's how you're the quarterback of the team. So I like having Todd Pettiford. I think he will definitely he'll come out of it for sure. Well, happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to you, brother.
And
All
the
right.
team free throw
Yep.
percentage before we get off is 69%.
Not gonna cut it.
No.
It's terrible. All right, up against another break here on the show. One final segment coming up here live on location at PepperTree Steaks and Wine. What? Yeah, that we all came over here. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
How old are you, John? 23?
he's attempted 31 3-point and made 7. No, Todd.
We're gonna be. We'll just be. We won't be anywhere Friday, James. 125 minutes. Yeah.
No, 57 attempts, 17
Yeah.
made.
He's not been shooting the ball well. I mean, when you shoot 5 of 17 and 4 of 13 week after week, it ain't gonna do. Oh, I know it. Well, they better be glad he stayed. All I can do. Jackson State's only averaging 58 points a game.
I love what they said about Stephen Pearl after the game. His comment was, basketball here to me. We're not moral victims. We want
Right.
Right.
They have given up. This Jackson State team's horrible. They only score 58 points a game, give up 95. They've been beat 106 to 70, 113 to 55, 68 to 51, and then they beat Alabama. So they lost to Alabama State 60 to 56. Good God. Well, that game was from last year. That was in the conference championship game. The three they played this year have been awful. Auburn 88 points per game, giving up 70.5. Yeah, got Oregon and Michigan.
I love what Houston said about how Auburn packed.
Oh yeah,
Oh, man,
the fans.
He said, just hopping in.
And he loves.
He's a good coach. Yeah.
Hey, Jackie's bird coming down.
Yes.
Oh, that was so funny. It was like he was on the court. Oh, man.
Hysterical.
It was him last year.
Yes, literally.
And everybody was looking at him.
That was funny.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
He was like, he was lit up. He was not happy. I think so.
You reckon that little boy was?
Yeah.
No, he couldn't put it in better hands out there. Well,
30.
Want me to do it?
I got it.
They said they would start taking orders.
Well, darn.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So they're closed Thursday and Friday.
For Thanksgiving.
All right. We need to. Okay. Okay. I believe it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment here on the Auburn Blitz. We're live on location at PepperTree Steaks and Wine, and always appreciate their hospitality and letting us come here and do our shows and their partnership with us on the Auburn Blitz and the food and the all the stuff, everything. Like, I don't want to just narrow it down to one or two things. So,
Yeah.
but it's always just so much, so much good stuff here at PepperTree. So the one in Auburn, the one in Montgomery, you can go check it out. They're going to be closed Wednesday and Thursday, right? No, Thursday and Friday. Going to be closed Thursday and Friday.
But when the Iron Bowl comes back around, you can come on Saturday morning and pick up all your goodies for the Iron Bowl. Yes, this is next week.
That's
so
for next week. Yeah.
gotta have Thanksgiving and the following day
Gotta
off.
give some people some time off.
I mean, come on, and how
Except
busy
for me,
it's-
right? But
Correct.
But anyway, yeah, just make sure you make your plans. You get your orders in. I mean, why wouldn't you want your Thanksgiving from here? I mean,
Already done.
you don't have to worry about all that stuff that you got to do in the kitchen, and you know it's going to be good. You ain't got to worry about looking like Chevy Chase on Christmas Vacation when you overcook the turkey. So, but anyway, make sure you patronize PepperTree Steaks and Wine, and we appreciate them so very much. The Outlive Burger was phenomenal. I can personally attest to that now. And you can come in and you buy the burger and the chips and basically the combo, and the 20% of it goes to the foundation and it goes to a good cause.
And it's going straight to the families. It's being used to pay either hotel bills or any groceries, things like that, where it's like you know where it's going. It's going to
Right.
the family.
Right.
And I think that's so important, especially with just how expensive things are today. It's great to know that this is helping somebody else.
Yeah, ridiculous how expensive it is. So make sure you come in and purchase that. Trust me, the burger's phenomenal. You just need to try it and see what I'm talking about. But a couple more minutes here for TV before we get off. Again, get your predictions in the rest of the week. We will be on location again tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the morning on the podcast. But again, excited about being on location. Another great sponsor. And again, we couldn't do our show without all these great partners. I guess we could, but we'd just be doing it for fun. So we do have fun anyway, but go and, shop in these places.
Yeah.
And we love hearing the businesses say, hey, people came in, they saw you on Auburn Blitz. They said, come in. We had this special. Same here at PepperTree.
And make sure you get your score predictions in for this Mercer game, with the tiebreaker being passing yards.
Yep.
And
For Deuce Night.
For Deuce Night. And you can be one of the ones to get a PepperTree Steaks and Wine gift certificate.
Hey, how good of a gift is that?
And they're not just those, all right,
No.
20% off. It's okay, here.
It's like
You can
handing you. It's like real money, almost.
I mean, 2 steaks, 2 pork chops, tiger tails. You can't find anywhere better than that.
No, you can't. So get your predictions in. Didn't cost you anything. And then, like James is glad. I can tell you that.
Somebody that's won 3 weeks.
I mean, guy's on fire. One
He
more than
knows-
he frees.
Not
So
in a row,
for
but
sure.
3
So
weeks this whole season.
yeah, 3 weeks the whole season.
He
So
knows something that we don't.
maybe he knows more about Vegas than anybody else. So he's already got his prediction in too. So you better jump in, or James gonna win another week. Everybody.
Literally.
All right, that's going to wrap us up here for TV. Again, we appreciate all of you so very much for tuning us in. We will be back in the morning for more Auburn Blitz with the Auburn Blitz podcast. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We'll hope you have. See you next time.
We had a morning coffee. And I never done that.
Well, maybe it's worth watching. So
That Saturday.
yeah, after the football game, we will. Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Which,
It won't
thank
be-
goodness.
It won't be another midnight call. That's gotta
I'm just
be
used to it
brutal.
now.
Hey, that drive back home was good.
Which one?
On the late night games.
Oh, yeah, I get home about 2 most of the time.
Right.
So what, home game Friday night, road game?
They got home against Hueytown. So
Thank
So
goodness.
there's only 2 more weeks, right?
after this one, yeah,
Yeah.
there'll be the semifinals next week, and then the
Trinity's, no, they're still in it, Trinity's still in it, and Catholic High.
right.
All those schools. Same thing.
Pike Road is still in it.
Yeah, they play Saraland some Friday night.
High
So,
Road, Patriots are in it.
Yep.
What's the farthest that y'all got for those?
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Once you get into the
Playoffs, yep.
you're all-
Yeah, if we win and Saraland wins, we'll have to go there in the 4th round. That'll be the day before Iron Bowl.
So when do they do the final games at Birmingham?
Yeah, they'll be all at Protective Stadium.
That's what I thought.
Mhm.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Last-
the arena's beautiful too, so.
Yes.
It
Last
is.
year it was so cold.
They probably will be.
Oh, thanks, John. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, John. 66. Route 66. How about that? All right. We're gonna sign off, and we appreciate all of you so very much for what?
On
Do what?
TV.
On TV. We've already signed off on TV. Yeah, we're just up for the 8 million people listening on social media still. So yeah, they may be. So, but we appreciate all of you. Again, we'll be back with you in the morning for the podcast, and then we'll be back live on location at lunch. So
Yep.
we'll see you guys then. Send us out
Hope everyone has the best day ever.
the rest of the day. Make the most of it.